Hello, welcome to Meet Your Dragon. I am Maggie Wilcox, and I'm here to chat about dragons and guide you on a journey to meet them. And let's start with an interesting prayer. It's a cross-quarter prayer. So you got the quarters at north, south, east, and west, and then the cross quarters are in between. And in each of those guard points, imagine a dragon, an ascended master. You might even work with the archangels. The archangels also work with the dragons. They serve different purposes as far as what they weave and the energy. However, they also work together. So here we go. Close your eyes a moment. Take some deep breaths. And to the north, we call on Isis and the platinum dragons. To the northeast, we call on Hathor, the Hathor Star Nation, and the Golden Stargate dragons. To the east, we call on Green Tara and the Elemental dragons. To the southeast, we call on Mother Mary and her blue sapphire dragons. To the south, we call on Mary Magdalene, the Order of the Magdalena, and the Magdalena dragons. To the southwest, we call on Kuan Yin and her sacred lotus waters, and Kuan Yin's dragons of compassion. And to the west, we call on White Buffalo Woman, White Buffalo Star Nation, and the thunder and lightning dragons of Thor. To the northwest, we call on Sophia God, her pearlescent seraphim, and Sophia's dragons to bless us in our individual spaces, to clean out what no longer serves us. Removing now all entities, fractals thereof, manipulations, viruses, remote viewers, parasites, any nanotechnology, any matrices, seals, vows from past lives that no longer serve you. Moving it all back to the divine now. Through every space and time, through every dimension and parallel realm. And so it is. Good. And maybe there was a dragon or two in that prayer that resonated with you. If you take, I have some courses where we dive deeper into these tribes, but I'll talk about that later. For now, I do want to talk about how dragons are in each of the different dimensions. When a good rule of thumb or a good guide for you, so I have a lot of books here tonight, is the Diana Cooper Dragons book. And this comes with her deck of cards. And this is a really great beginning way to get to know the tribes. And her channeling, I find to be very pure and true. Okay. The book has a little bit more. Um, and there's even more dragons than what she's brought in. And so it usually starts with elemental dragon. So this is the earth dragon, but notice how his feet are clearing the ley lines. And we'll be doing that in our meditation today, stomping our dragon feet. Ley lines are basically the energetic lines. They're a lot like the longitude, latitude lines that we know about and we see in maps. However, imagine there's lots of areas where they intersect, much like a flower of life or, Metatron's cube, with geometry. That geometry all placed upon the earth and has these different intersections. And that's where we tend to experience the vortexes, the earth chakras, portals. And then at each portal are dragon tribes and then different clans from there. It goes on and on. And the ones of the earth are the ones that we're able to see, feel, and experience a little better and easier. Okay. So watch for earth dragons also in the shapes of mountains and rocks. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're going to help you with abundance. They're going to help you with protection. So they all have these gifts. But they do help you to work deeper with the Earth's magnetic core, helping you to ground, helping you to release what you don't need, helping you to manifest, supporting your foundation, your hips, your legs, your bones, the bones. It's a good one. Everything goes down the DNA. This is in the wrong pile. This is like a fire dragon. We use them a lot for protection, to give us energy, to give us oomph, to get, the fire under the butt, so to speak. And water dragons, they take us back to our watery lifetimes, Atlantean and Lemurian lifetimes. And our planet has undergone many different elements. So there's been times where the air was awful and it was like a big ball of fire. There's times where it was completely covered in water. Obviously, those other times they weren't habitable. Habitable? And then our air dragons, we tend to see these in the clouds. You might even call and ask to see them and perceive like just a bunch of birds even that talk or come by. So just pay attention to that. But again, we think of dragons being really grand, and they can be, but they can also show up in these little miniature ways in our side view. And they are more and more here for us now than ever before, showing themselves, revealing themselves as we're coming to our new golden age. Yay! And then you get the ones that'll like combine elements and energy. So this earth and fire dragon, um, they'll help you clear fifth dimensional ley lines. They also put you in service and in receiving, the action of fire with the receiving and abundance of earth, you know? So you get these little combo dragons. And so there's a lot of cards in the deck. So I won't go through every single one, but you got, air and fire. And, they sort of fuse. I don't know if you've ever seen Crystal Gems or Steven's Universe, which is a cartoon. But the crystals will do fusions with other crystals to create something larger. And it's much like that. And then we have the colors and the rays, and we are full of rays. We are humans. We have hues. Those rays help us. And so you're going to work with different dragons. I would one at a time, to just fully take them in. But you have silver dragons that are helping you maybe get the gold coin or the silver coin, but they're also helping to activate your causal chakra, connect you to the moon's energy. The deep blue dragons are helping us in our celestial pathways. There's a lot of different colored dragons. But these are the basic hued ones that she talks about, Diana Cooper. The orange ones are good for like families, communities, think orange chakra. Crystal yellow dragons, I really love working with because they have crystals all up and down the spine and the tail. And they're also helping us to activate our crown and our multidimensionality, our own crystalline nature. The black dragons love to come in and cocoon you and love you, and mine come in at night when I'm falling asleep. My main guide is even a black dragon. Yeah. When you think of the void in dragon medicine, we talk about the void, the zero still point, where everything came from. And it comes from the darkness. It comes from the earth. It comes from the womb space. It comes from Sophia. It comes from the feminine. Rose pink dragons activate those heart chakras and that unconditional loving rays. There's music here. There's just a lot of beauty in each of them, and you could probably just feel it, right? The sunshine yellow dragons, they love animals. The fairy realm is also like the guardian angels of animals. Golden orange, and then we get into some sort of higher colored rays. As you're coming to golden orange, this is expanding your light for ascension. Um, Emerald green dragons. Look at that beautiful heart chakra opening with the roses and the greens. Healing, deep healing, and also abundant love. And then you get these royal blue and gold dragons, which remind me, of Mary Magdalene and those stories, the Cathars. Cool. And then the tribes to get into, some of the higher rays, magenta dragons, the lilac fire dragons, all very powerful for multidimensionality. Saint Germain works with these dragons as well, the gold, silver, and violet flame dragons. See how it's got the geometric shape of Saint Germain. And if you notice, they all have different types of wings, different horns. So, and different, yeah, so you could be feathery in the wings. This is our rainbow dragon. He's really up there, right? So he needs those wings. The golden crested dragons is super expansive, massive wingspan. Also connecting us to the love rays of pure love of the Christ energy. Silver lunar dragons are taking us up also to the moon. So you have just silver dragons and silver lunar dragons. They work a little differently. Here's a nice example of a deity or a being of light's dragons. This is Thor's red, black, and gold dragons. And their colors are much like, a dangerous snake. And you bring these dragons in for you know, call on your dragons. All of your guides are here for you, but you have to call on them. Work with them. So we got Atlantean dragons. There's also Lemurian dragons. There's a lot of crystal technology in Atlantis. Atlanteans are made of many tribes. There's, I even have a deck of cards around Atlantean dragons. There were several of them that also worked with the archangels at that time in different houses, different realms. Kuan Yin's pink dragons. It's hard to see her little face. It's right there. There's her little head right there, her little horns. Let's see the sacred lotus waters and the journeys when you just like bless yourself with this energy. It's so great. And then you have different archangels with their expansive dragons. This is Gabriel. So you could see how they're getting a little larger as well. Golden solar, you know. These dusky pink dragons from Andromeda is the galaxy that I feel I am from. It's related to crickets and the music makers of the earth. Yeah. It's the pink planet of love. And then you have like Lyran, white gold dragons. They do have an energy, a vibe, a color hue, I find, but of course that will change based on people's needs. Okay. Orange gold dragons from Arcturus, and maybe you already have this deck, but it's still fun to play with them. The dark blue galactic dragons, one of my prayers were taking these nets and scooping stuff off of you. The dragons like to do that. They have different ways of healing us. Aquamarine dragons from Neptune. Sorry, a little longer because he's cool. Very seahorse-like. Pleiadian dragons, they carry those blue rose codes. They are here right now for us. As well as the Syrian green gold dragons. You might be encountering them right now. These black dragons are from Saturn. So they have different magic, different medicine. This Omega dragon has the vibe of Mother Creatrix. Dragons birth through their heart womb portal. And though I also find the Creatrix Mother energy to be black. So it's whatever works for you. The Seraphim dragons that work with Sophia, though, they do have this color pearlescent type wings. Source dragon, we call this Big Daddy energy. He's holding the whole universe here. So imagine that. But it's also, right? Infinity above. Big Daddy Alpha. Ooh, I got a huge ringing and download coming in right now. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. So these bigger dragons are coming in, even Odin's dragons, to whenever worlds are being destroyed, whenever everything's being pushed out and revealed. And it can seem a little chaotic and crazy at this time, but that is to bring up the truth so that we can change our worlds into a higher frequency. It is time. And then you have, this is just one that came in last, but it is an Orion dragon of pure white energy. Yeah, cool rays. So that's that. I wanted to show you again, Diana Cooper, her book, her cards. Other ones I have, DJ Conway has a lot of dragon sort of magic books. And then he'll describe like certain clans with art, which is really cool, down to their type of wings. The Starborn clan, these are tribes that you don't read at all in Diana Cooper's book. It's very different. Star Moon clan. The art is fun. But yeah, to give you an idea, there's a lot of dragons out there. Let me show you one more. The Dark Warriors clan. So, there are those fighting in dimensions for us. Very much so. And then as you get, deeper into dragon stuff, or, how I started probably, the Sophia Code in its last chapter is talking about Sophia, and it was in playing with Sophia, rainbow dragons. A lot of my background is also in Lemurian healing with the rainbow kahuna, the Hawaiian lineages, and Atlantean Reiki and some of that. And so I work with dragons a lot in like healing and their healing modalities. But then Sophia and her dragons, when they started coming to me a little bit after the healing modality dragons, it was very much, the goddess energy, our creatrix energy, and she is a dragon. She she can, what's the word? Shapeshift. She can shapeshift. And so some of these books, and in our upcoming class, I'm going to go deeper into some of this divine knowledge. This Sophia book, has a lot of some of the very cool myth. Return of the Divine Sophia here is another one. Lost Wisdom Teachings of Jesus, Isis, and Mary Magdalene, Healing the Earth. This is written by Tricia McCannon. This one is by Caitlin Matthews. So there's different, you can keep learning, right? Keep growing. And of course, if you are into Mary Magdalene and whatnot, you have the Magdalene manuscript, which I always highly recommend. All right, what else can I tell you? Um, yeah, when we activate our own dragon bodies within, we are empowering ourselves. We are remembering our own sovereign divinity, breaking free from the Hollywood matrix. And yeah, I bring that one up a lot because it's been coming up a lot, like these stars and what they do and what they're doing and how, we are so into it. And I know some of the things going on are really bad, but even to the point where, well, who are the good Hollywood stars? You're seeing posts like that, and gosh, there's just so many people that aren't famous, that are really great on this planet. And that's just a matrix that we, fall for. And even, in certain, religions, that is also a certain matrix, the matrix of marriage, and that we are grown up to basically be chosen and all those things. Um, so you just start to see things in different lenses when you're doing dragon medicine work. It comes up for you. But calling on them for protection, again, you might see if the fire dragons around you, I'll do around the whole house. Dragons maybe on each corner, outstretched wings, stomping your feet, activating and clearing the ley lines all around you, sending fire or rainbow dragons ahead of your day, to, yeah, just pave the way, make everything work out for you. There's a lot of beauty. Um, and something I do want to teach you is the dragon's breath. And there's a few variations of it, and I teach a few different ones. This is a main one. I also do it in Reiki classes, a bunch of different things to hold and contain our energy. So when you hold the root chakra, put your tongue behind your front teeth, you're closing the circuit of your microcosmic orbit. It's like the timing belt in the body. It's an energetic belt. And so I want you to just pull up the root right now, put your tongue behind front teeth, hold that a moment. When you hold that for a period of time, you're going to make all your energy also close down so people can't feel you when you want to be hidden. And when you want to expand, then there's that. We expand our aura, our energy, but that's just in addition to what you can do with that. But for this exercise, we're going to hold and now take a deep breath into the low back, kidneys, belly. And now release. Also dropping the root. Good. All right. So again, let's try that breathing because that's a big part of it. I don't know why it just got really bright in here. Squeeze, deep breath. Now we're going to release on our exhale. It's almost like fast without the A. And your tongue is here behind the front teeth, rattling a little bit, and then we're just letting everything completely go. And again, squeeze everything, deep breath. It's containing, it's concentrating, and now we release our dragon's breath. One more round. Here we go. Squeeze, deep breath. Good. Now notice your energy. You might have gotten hot, like me. It definitely will fire up your chi. Yeah, it's a dragon's breath. And if you're tired, if you're low on energy, do that breath also. Okay. Whew, all right. Let's keep going. Um, what else? I think it's just time to get into our journey and we'll feel it, experience the elementals. Let's call in. I'm gonna channel and see what dragons want to come in for us now. So close your eyes a moment. Find that relaxed state. We call in the dragons of Isis. The dragons of Odin. The dragons of Sophia. And the dragons of Merlin. Beautiful. We allow them to circle us and protect us with their own added energy and vibration. Continue tuning into your breath, following the root of the breath, relaxing more and more at the sound of my voice. Allow your own dragon's tail to penetrate the earth. Let it unfurl, see, feel, and know. It's a part of your spine, an extension of you. Anchor your dragon's tail down, down, down into the earth's core, where you'll find Gaia's crystalline heart. Notice the colors, the hues, the vibration. Anchor down, down, down. Good. Allow your legs, also up your spine, to be feeling this connection to Gaia's depths. You'll feel a tingliness, or you'll just know. It could also be a relaxation, a warmth, or even a sound. Good. And you are now grounded. Beautiful. And I want you to clear the ley lines in front of you by stomping the front of your feet and toes. Or have your intention be to clear ahead. Stomp your right foot and clear to the right. Stomp both your heels, clear behind you. Stomp your left foot, clear the ley lines to your left as you're now in your dragon body. The ley lines all around you are clearing of any old stagnant energy, now repaired, allowing the good things to flow in. Beautiful. And now, as you take that inhale, allow Gaia's energy to come up your grounding cord, your dragon's tail, however you see that. Breathing it up, let it come up to the root and overflow, up to the belly chakra and overflow. Bring up that Gaia earth energy, let it come up to solar plexus and overflowing at the diaphragm. Breathe it all the way up to heart, let it overflow here. Overflow in the throat, down and out the arms, out the palms. Let Gaia's earth energy overflow into the third eye and crown. Let it come all the way out the top, cascade down around you. Good. And now let's embody some cosmic energy from above. We're calling on those cosmic dragons, our source dragons, to come in, to bring in their divine and golden rays. Seeing lots of white crystalline light now, and allow it to enter your crown and overflow, mixing with the Earth Gaia energy. Allow it to also overflow in the head, mixing and spreading. Overflow in the throat, mixing and spreading. Good. Bringing that cosmic energy all the way down the chest, the arms, out the palms, out the heart chakra, mixing and spreading. All the way into solar plexus now, mixing and spreading, clearing any stagnant energy here. Down to the belly, mixing and spreading. And down and out the root, the legs, mixing and spreading. Let that cosmic energy exit out your cords and into Gaia. Beautiful. And now take a moment to feel and embody heaven and earth. And as you're here, I want you to breathe into the heart center and inhale and imagine from top to bottom, all the energy simultaneously is coming into heart. Exhale out the heart, these horizontal lines out around you. Let them circle around you, maybe even come around the back. And again, inhale heaven and earth simultaneously into heart. Exhale, spread that heart energy out. Let it flow. Couple more rounds, breathing in heaven and earth. Exhale, heart. One more time, breathe in heaven and earth. Exhale, your heart energy now is completely surrounding you and protecting you in every way. And I want you to call on your power animals, your guides, your angels, your ancestors to assist you in eating your dragon today. Following your grounding tail down, 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 back to Gaia's crystalline heart now. We are going to go all the way down where we'll meet our dragon here at Gaia's core. Good. And as you're approaching here, I want you to notice around the crystal this beautiful high council of dragons. They might be really old, as if they were rocks, or they might be many colors, and they're surrounding you with their knowledge and wisdom, beaming at you their rays through the eyes, through their chakras. Dragons have chakras in many columns and rows. They're very multidimensional. Good. And they are blessing you and acknowledging you and readying you for your journey to meet your dragon. Good. And I want you to follow a cave to your right. This cave seems dark at first, but as you start to go down it, you'll see torches that light it up. And you feel safe. It almost feels like the earth's womb. Very matriarchal, feminine. Good. And now you see up ahead of you a waterfall. And from behind the waterfall, your dragon guide that you're meant to meet tonight will emerge. And it'll come in a form that you can understand and at a size that fits in the space you are in. Good. Allow your gaze to be soft, your heart to be open. And on the count of 3, allow your dragon guide to emerge. 1, you know that they're there. 2, it'll be very clear to you. And 3, it steps from behind the waterfall. And it's right in front of you now, about 6 feet. Beautiful. And I want you to notice now its colors, its vibration, its hues. and how it's connecting with you. Is it through sound, color, vibration, song, maybe a memory? And notice its horns, its wings. Maybe they're a little tucked at this time and not so expressed. And then we'll walk out of the cave and completely see their essence in a moment. But I want you to ask your dragon what it would like to be called. Sometimes they have complicated names, and sometimes it's just a feeling. And you now approach your dragon and you get really close to it and you notice its scales, its beauty, its shimmer. It's playful now and starting to walk around you, and you guys are both observing each other. And I want you to ask your dragon how it will work with you. What is its purpose in working with you at this time? And has it always been there for you, or is it new? And now your dragon is inviting you to get on its back and become its dragon rider. And you go together. As you're on your dragon's back, you're going to go through that waterfall to the other side now where it came from. And now you see this expansive meadow, this whole new world, trees and flowers and animals you've never seen. And some you have. And now you and your dragon are flying around, getting a bird's eye view of inner Earth. And if it doesn't feel good to fly at this time, that's okay. And you land back on the Earth. You're exploring the energy around you. The dragon's telling you what type of dragon it is and its medicine that you can use to work with it. Again, this might be a place you come back to often so you can get more and more information, or you simply meditate with your dragon and receive its messages. Good. Your dragon is so expansive and big now, showing you its full capacity. Yay. And it feels really nice. It feels so nice to have that guardian, that protection, that direction. And now with your dragon, I want you to walk over back to the waterfall. Haven't not on the cave side, on this meadow side, and you'll see a beautiful stool to sit upon that's right near the waterfall. And the earth dragons are coming in to cleanse you at this time. You have like a little energy. They're starting at the feet and they're picking things off of your aura, helping you to create your dreams, removing anything blocking you from healing on a physical level, from manifesting on a physical level. Allow those earth dragons to do their job. And now the air dragons are coming in and they're blowing all through your aura, into the chakras, into the lymph, the blood, the nervous system, also purifying your thoughts, giving you inspiration, blowing into your ears, inspiration, cleansing you with their breath. If there's any stories that you have of not feeling worthy, they will help you to dissolve that. And now the fire dragons are coming in. They're coming in from the bottom and they're just blowing little smoke in areas, purifying, alchemizing. It doesn't burn. It's an alchemizing energy, turning things into liquid gold, into pure light, any dense, dark areas. Also blowing into your crown a blessing. Reminding you you're happiest in your power. Good. Now the water dragons are coming. And they're coming in from the bottom and all the way up the body and around. They're everywhere. They're like these little scrubbing bubbles. And they're steam cleaning. Everywhere the fire dragons were, they're coming in with the water. And then what comes off of that is this beautiful steam. It has hues of greens and blues and purples. Also healing your inner waters down to your DNA. Your helixes are spinning within the DNA strand. Reminding you that love, abundance, joy are your divine birthright. And know that you're always supported by the universe. And we call in any galactic tribes that are here for us tonight that would like to be seen or shown. And notice who comes in for you. I am getting the blue Pleiadian vibes, that dark blue dragon energy. Let's see what it feels like for you. Allowing you to connect to your higher mind, your higher consciousness, and that pure love vibration. Allow the dragons to take you there little by little as you ascend the scales. Lots of ringing, higher vibrational feelings. Just going to burn a little sage and clearing the energy, but also bringing us back, grounding us. So at this time, I want you to thank the elemental dragons, the earth, air, fire, and water dragons. I want you now to walk back with your dragon guide through the waterfall, back down your cave, down, seeing the council, Gaia's crystalline core. Turn around and give your dragon a little blessing from the heart, or a bow, or a hug, or a pat, whatever feels appropriate. It might not be 3D at all and able to be touched, and that's okay. Good. Knowing that you will be coming back, asking your dragon guide to continue to work with you. Telling your dragon guide that you will be aware, that you are going to pay attention to the subtleties in the universe and the signs that you're being supported. Okay. And you follow your grounding tail up, pushing off with your dragon legs. Zoop, just soaring up, 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 all the way back into your feet, your bodies. Wiggle your toes. Take that deep breath. Slowly integrate into your physical being. Good. Hey, let me know how that felt for you. It is my experience that they will come in your dreams. As you close your eyes, you'll start to see dragons in your mind's eye, and that you will be seeing them, yeah, around town. Not just in those sacred spaces, but in the everyday places too. But those wild spaces in particular, where fairy energy is also. And yeah, I have a lot of different dragon classes. The one that's upcoming live will be 5 Saturday mornings, Saturday morning Pacific, ascending the scales, working with different dragon tribes and embodying them. But when you go to my link tree in my bio, you'll see Activate Your Inner Dragon. That's a really great one to start with. And these would be recorded. You can do them at your pace. Dragon Earthwork and Dragons of Avalon. And then there's an Egyptian dragon class, which is one of my favorites, as well as Dragons of Lemuria. Dragons of Avalon, Dragons of Lemuria are also healing Reiki modalities intertwined in there. So, yeah, so if that's not your vibe, you would prefer the Ascending the Scales that's upcoming. And yeah, I'll pop in with some Dragon Buzz, make sure you're in my Cosmic Egg group. And yeah, just keep vibing. I really appreciate you guys being here. And I'm just going to stop our recording now. Thank you for being here, everyone. See you soon.